First Watch with Sheriff Mark Daniels on KWCD Bisbee Sierra Vista. Hosted by Public Information Officers Carol Campus and Grady Butler. First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
And welcome to your Friday. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Campus and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
Well, let's talk about Cochise County football. This is amazing.
It is. We have two teams left in the playoffs. I'm going to hit off first with Berean Academy, who won their state championship. It's 8-man football. It's academy over there by Cochise College. And sitting at 7-2, heading into the state championships this weekend. And they're taking on Heritage Academy Mesa, which is 9-0, and Berean 7-2. So, again, kudos to them. When they first started this year, they moved them up in their division of that. It's a Canyon Associated Athletic Association, different league than AIA. But they got, in fact, we called the game, and it actually wasn't a good game for Berean. But to come back and make the state championship, kudos to Coach Hampton over there and what he's doing. So good luck to them. They're pulling out today. Up to Phoenix to play that game, and then our own hometown Buena Coats sitting in the quarterfinals tonight, going against Goodyear Verado. And I know the coach up there for wrestling. He also helps out with the football team. Both teams are 9-2. Whoever wins goes into the top 4 in the state to the semis. We're hosting it, which gives us that home field advantage. But I'll just say an early prediction. Chris and I will talk about it in pregame tonight. Is the fact that Verado, the Goodyear, is up by Buckeyes, the west side of Phoenix. They don't have the strength schedule that you see like with Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa up there. So again, it's a perfect storm in a positive way for Buena. They can float right through this, and I think they can make the state championship, and I think they can win it this year. Way to set up, and the cards are all there for them, but they got to go out and play some football tonight. But kudos to Buena. We got the pregame of 6:30, kickoff at 7. Tune in here at 92.3.
And it's going to be busy today because Berean, you mentioned them. You're also going to be at a send-off for them. So if anybody's interested, where do they need to be?
I think they're pulling out around noon. And don't quote me on that one. Give Berean a call. I know they sent me a thing last night. We're asking for an escort out of town, so we're trying to set that up at the last minute. But I think it's around 11 or 12. They're going to be pulling out of here, heading up to Phoenix to play their state championship game. So we wish them well, but give Berean Academy a call on their number. Just say, hey, what time are you guys pulling out to get along the road, and give them a shout out to these kids.
And busy times for us. And talking about juveniles and good things that they're doing, we have something on the other side of that coin. We have a missing juvenile in Douglas.
Yeah, and I know our search and rescue team, kudos to them, been out there, and our deputies been out there looking for her, and we'll continue that. Working with the family, working with the community, trying to find her, get her home safe.
And if anybody, if you can, take a look at our Facebook, have a couple of photographs. She's 16 years old. She's petite. She's 4'9", maybe 90 pounds. She was wearing, her jacket and some shorts, and I think it's really important if people see her or have information, you can remain anonymous, depending on what information you have and what we need to do. So take a look at our Facebook page and see if you can find her. And we've also had some other things going on. Today is actually National Humane Society Day, so we want to make sure everybody knows to spay, neuter, vaccinate your animals, and take care of them. It's getting a little bit cooler. Make sure you don't leave them chained outside and without food or water or some type of shelter.
And that's right. They're furry little guys and gals, but the bottom line is we still need to make sure we got to treat them like family. Keep them inside. It's so cold out there right now, especially at night. We're hitting the freezing marks again. People think, oh, we live in the desert. It's okay. No, it's a high desert. It gets very, very cold. So, yeah, just a reminder. Take care of your pets out there. And they always say that Channel 4, pets, pipes, and plants. There you go, man. That's included.
3 Ps.
Yep.
Oh, there's a fourth one. Sorry, people.
Oh, yeah, people. That's right. Yeah. Let me do it. People, plants, pets, and pipes. Sorry.
There you go.
Also, we need to talk about an incident that happened in Tombstone with a canine.
Yeah, sad situation all around. I mean, I don't know if there's a winner in this one. When Tombstone Marshal, deputy, working the midnight shift, had a brand new canine. They just got certified that evening, and early morning hours, the dog was running around the office, and for whatever reason, there was an attack by the dog onto the handler, and where the dog was shot by his handler, and perished during this incident. We're investigating the incident. We're going to bring in an SME, which is a subject matter expert, to address this on the canine side of it, all the way into the training aspect of it. I know there's 100 some comments online about this. Bottom line, we're going to do what we have to do to find the facts, figure out what didn't work. Was it the program? Was the dog was just nobody saw this coming, or was there indicators? I don't know all the facts on that, and I'm not going to speculate. But the bottom line, I talked to the marshal over there, and we'll get a report to him when it's all over and done with. Kind of turn to get a look at it and make sure there's no crimes involved here. But either way, it's a sad situation. So I talked to the marshal 2 days ago, and his officer's doing fine, which is the most important thing here. But again, this is a law enforcement officer involved shooting, along with his partner. That's what makes this sensitive to us and sensitive to the investigation. So please just refrain from the thoughts. I get it. We all have opinions, but we'll get the facts out to you.
And you wouldn't think that now with the weather and whatnot that it would be fire season, but it's fire season.
Yes.
There was a fire on Highway 92 earlier this week, latter part of last week, and there was a fire on a residence in Douglas. So we need to make sure we're encouraging you, please be safe, and we just don't want to have flashbacks from the Monument fire.
Yeah, we're very sensitive since 2011 when the Monument fire kicked in and lost over 70 structures. So that woke up this county in so many ways. But I was out there Saturday for this fire, and I want to kudos to all the fire departments out there. And second of all, I want to give Steve Boyce from Single Star Ranch. I gave him a call because we had some livestock that we wanted that possibly was in danger. So I called Steve, which is part of our ranch advisory group, said, hey, Steve, can you bring some stock trailers? And sure enough, he was out there within 20 minutes. So thank you, Steve, for being there for us and coming out. And that's the partnership we have. But the fire department, all law enforcement working together for a common cause, that's what makes it special. And they had that out within a couple hours, which is pretty amazing. That was a pretty good fire, and the wind was blowing pretty hard that day. So, again, happy that nobody was injured on that.
And this didn't happen in our county, but Santa Cruz County had an issue with their treasurer.
Yeah, $38 million. And I was listening to the news on that this morning, and we've all been hearing it here and there. But in 1 year, she transferred $11 million out of the county into her personal account. Now, how egregious can you be? How criminal can you be? And I'm just going to throw that word in there too. I mean, $11 million of public money, and thinking that you could just take that, number one. But number two, like you wouldn't get caught. $38 million for a small rural county like that, that's a lot of money. And I see in the paper, too, that they're suing the state, and wow, where's your internal checks? I mean, no offense to that, and I'm not trying to get in the middle of this, but bottom line is that's a lot of money, and shame on her, because that's what takes and fractures the trust of local government. I mean, I just couldn't imagine that. We have so many checks and balances here in Cochise County, both in my office, the county government, and then the state. The state just makes sure that the lid's tight. It's got to happen internally at the local level first, and I'm all about that. But yeah, when you read that, it's just disgusting what she did.
And keeping along the court theme, there was a court sentencing yesterday for Bruce Hansberry, and it was from the Desert RV shooting.
Yeah, and that was an active shooting situation. I think it happened about 2.5 years ago, if I remember right, where lives were lost out there in Desert RV. And I talked to the owner of Desert RV this week, actually, about that. And I mean, they're scarred for life. Think about that. Here's a random person comes into their business when it's open and just open fires on them. I mean, just incredible, sad situation. And then runs from the scene. We had a neighbor locked down for hours as before we took him into custody. But my whole point on that is, the judge sent us a thing recommending or commending our staff for what an amazing job they did on that, but also the detention officers that were in there, and because it's very sensitive. It was a very sensitive sentencing. I wasn't there. I'm just taking what the judge said. So thank you, Judge, for the compliment there and the disciplines and professionalism that they displayed during the court hearing. But yeah, this guy, I believe again, don't quote me, I think he got life in prison with eligibility for parole, like 37, 38 years. And if I'm wrong on that, don't hold me on a legal standard, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So good, he needs to go where he needs to go. He shouldn't see life again when it comes to freedom.
And kudos to DPS for pulling somebody over for a cracked windshield.
You know what? People always say that. It's amazing. There's thousands of traffic laws. We all know that. Individual was stopped for a cracked windshield by DPS up on I-10, and come to find out the guy was wanted for murder. was on the run and was taken into custody, all because of a cracked windshield. So when we make these stops, I'm telling you, it's amazing it's the criminal element behind the minor infractions. And I think it's great. That's why we do a lot of traffic enforcement too. Sometimes it's not, we want to have safe windshields, we want to have safe vehicles, but it's the end game that we're looking forward to. So this is a good job to DPS. Thank you.
So we're not jumping ahead of ourselves. We want to say, first of all, we hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Give thanks to everything, for everything that you have, and best wishes for all of your future endeavors. One of our future endeavors is the day after Thanksgiving is ringing the bell.
Ringing the bell for the Salvation Army. We'll be over at Walmart. This is a tradition we started last year. We just got recognized. We raised the most funds doing that, and it's our time to give back to the community, pay it forward, and I really push hard on my senior staff to do that. And our deputies go out there, and our people in the jail and our support staff work hard every day. And this is our way of giving back. But it is talking to the community for 10 hours. We're out there ringing that bell. We do 2-hour shifts, but it's a nice way to do it. So we're going to be out there again. So come on out. And I get it, budgets are tight and stuff, but every coin, every dollar makes a difference.
It definitely does.
This weekend, we're going to post on our Facebook page the Cochise College Hall of Fame, and I think we know one of the inductees.
Yeah, I'm honored and I'm humbled, and thanks to President Rottweiler and his team over there at Cochise College and the foundation, their educational foundation, Denise, and all they do over there. And I got selected. I was one of 3 this year that was inducted. So Cochise College is in its 60th year. Over the 60 years, they've inducted 43 Hall of Famers, and these are people that are alumni from Cochise College that didn't go on and do things beyond that. And so I got inducted on Saturday. Again, I'm very blessed. You talk about blessings, Carol. I'm very blessed when it comes to being accepted there. And if you look around that room, and I mean, it's just it's humbling. Let's just say that. So thank you to everybody and for believing in me on that. So
And we're also in a hiring phase for hiring laterals. And Grady, you can talk about what the process is for that, and then we'll go into A-Post.
Well, laterals means that you already work at another department, and then you can come to work for us. So it's not like we're trying to get people from other agencies and kind of skim them off. What we're looking for is people who are ready to move into a different, maybe a different category, a different field, a different lifestyle, or they're moving from a whole other state. So, I mean, there's ways you're going to do it. Now, you have to be certified, so it can't be just like a rookie. You have to already be a law enforcement officer and certified, but you can lateral, and all of that is at cochise.az.gov, and you can just look for employment opportunities, and you can find that lateral. So maybe you have somebody that's visiting for Thanksgiving, and they want to move here.
That's right. Great community, great law enforcement. Arizona's got awesome law enforcement, but we have some pretty tough standards. We do, and people don't realize. You look around the 50 states, Arizona's one of the leaders when it comes to our standards in law enforcement. Do we have that 1% of cops that go away and do dumb things, or just making a mistake that cost them their career? Of course we do. We do. You can't find a profession that doesn't. So, but we do very well on that. And this goes back to our Arizona Post, which is Peace Officer Standard Training. I chair that. I'm appointed by Governor Ducey back in the days. I think it's about my 10th year. And let me just say this, and people can sit back in their, quarterback armchair, sitting back criticizing, oh, look how bad these cops are. You're dealing with, there's 14,000 plus or minus cops in the state. You're dealing with a handful of problem children. You really are. But to show you how, I want to give this example. We just had a meeting Wednesday. We actually had an individual that was working for an agency in Phoenix. He's a younger officer. He went to transfer to another agency, and during the background investigation, he disclosed that he had cheated on a test. I think it was 2 questions. He had cheated on a test, and now that came forward. He wasn't hired for the next job. He's currently a cop in one of the agencies up there, and now we initiated proceedings. What that means is we have now initiated an investigation against his license to be a cop, and that's an integrity. And we just had a healthy discussion on that Wednesday. We're an integrity board first. Integrity is what we do. So long story short is this officer is in jeopardy of losing his certification and possibly being revoked, which means he won't be a cop in the state of Arizona. We are one of the toughest. We've had people apply that, whether it's drug use, whether it's behavior use, that we look at each other as board members going, how did you ever be a cop? We're very, very tough. And it's sad because we have people come up, hey, I want to be a cop there. No, not here. So, again, when people question the standardizations in Arizona, I'm very proud of what we are as law enforcement here. And we just said this the other day. We don't want to go backwards. We don't want to go backwards. We want to continue to go forward and keep our standards, meeting society's needs, of course, but also not start chipping away at what we have here.
And your stop of the week and your safety message are one this week.
It is, and I'm seeing there's some stuff on social media on this too, and it's mandatory insurance revocation. What that means is when you have car insurance, which is mandated by law here, when you have car insurance and then you change companies, which is more frequent in today's society, your insurance company notifies motor vehicle that you just canceled your insurance. They don't say why, hey, got a better deal. They just say it's canceled. If your new insurance company does not reactivate, which they're supposed to, and everybody assumes they are, this is where I'm going with this, don't assume that. Especially if you have an online account, check your account. I stopped a car the other day for speeding, which they got a ticket for speeding. But in the midst of the investigation, their registration was suspended. So when I was talking to the individual, I asked him, did you have a lapse? Yeah, I just changed companies. Well, guess what? The notification process, and that's a shall law. What it means is there's no discretion by law enforcement. We have to take your plates. Then you're sitting along a road with no registration, which you can't drive. Law states that if a vehicle is left abandoned with no registration on a roadway, it can be towed. You see where it's a force multiplier. My point is this, if you change insurance company, make sure your insurance company gives and check on your online account that motor vehicle has your insurance on file. Otherwise, it will be mandatory insurance suspended. Second is, if you do get this ticket like this individual, you have to go back to motor vehicle and pay a reinstatement fee. Unless it's MVD's fault, which is a whole other issue. You have to pay a fee on that one, new registration. It's just a costly mistakes. Just make sure, and the burden's on you. I hate to say that burden's on you. So please, keep an eye on your registration and your insurance.
Well, Sheriff Mark Daniels, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you, Grady. Thank you, Carol. Hopefully you guys tune in tonight for football with Buena Coats and the Goodyear Verado and the quarterfinal playoff game. Thank you, everyone.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Miss Stephanie from Huachuca City Library.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you, Stephanie, for being here from Huachuca City Library and all things from the little town that could.
Absolutely. Small but mighty. We've got a lot of stuff going on. In fact, after next week, people won't see me probably for the whole month of December. But before we get into that, I'd really like to talk about a new initiative we're doing. We're revamping our Veterans Memorial Wellness Park, which is next to the community garden. And right now, we have 29 trees for sale in the park, and you can basically memorialize someone, or you can just plant a tree for your family, maybe one of the graduating classes in the area. For the $200, you get a choice of a native Arizona tree, a plaque stand, and then a tree guard to protect them from the wildlife. And we're just hoping to make it a pleasant walk for people. We're looking for grants to put an ADA accessible walking path in there. We're also going to have sponsorship for our little pollinator garden. So it's going to be very, very nice. We've already got some drainage in there, and it's going to be kind of natural, but also just very peaceful. And there's going to be a labyrinth that people can walk around, maybe do some meditation, and we're going to provide benches, and people will be able to sit and watch the beautiful sunsets we have, because we are known as the Sunset City. So,
and you also do a lot of things with events, and you have a monthly newsletter.
We do. We always put out a holiday newsletter. One of my staff members is really great at graphic designs. So coming up next week on Wednesday, November 22nd, we have a free Thanksgiving meal, and that is open to anybody. You don't have to be a resident of Huachuca City. It will be held at the Huachuca City Lions Club, which is the yellow building at 125 Huachuca Boulevard that goes right through the center of town. And that's from 12 to 2 or until the food runs out. So please come on down and have some good food. This year we're working with the Buena High School culinary class, who are going to be cooking the food and serving it for us. So we're really excited about this new partnership. And then on December the 6th, Friday, December the 6th, from 12 to noon, we're going to have our first annual holiday cookie and dessert exchange. That's going to take place at the Activity Center. So we're looking for people to bring some of their special holiday homemade cookies and desserts to swap. We'll be providing coffee, tea, cocoa, and non-alcoholic cider, but we always remind people, bring a spare container so you can take home some of the goodies that you swap with friends. And it's a good chance to meet up with old friends and meet some new friends as well. And we always have a monthly game night as well, and that will be the night before on December the 5th at the Activity Center from 5 p.m. That is open again to anyone. You don't have to be a Huachuca City resident. It's free. Just come along, meet some new friends, play some games. There's cards, there's chess, there's checkers. I hear it gets very competitive sometimes, so but it's all good fun. And then next up, we have our Stuff the Bus for our holiday gift basket program, which goes to help families, children, and seniors in need in Huachuca City. And that will be on Saturday, December the 7th from 10 to 12 outside of Town Hall. You'll see a big bus with a big sign next to it. And we're looking for new unwrapped gifts, gift cards, and then holiday food items. And please, no expired items. I really hate having to throw food out, but we just can't use it. And then what I consider sort of our big signature events, we'll have our town tree lighting ceremony and our Polar Express, December the 13th at 6 p.m. up at Leffingwell Park, which is right next to the library. And this is going to be exciting. We're getting a new tree this year, bigger tree, more lights. The Friends of the Library provide free cookies and hot cocoa. And then we all go over to the bandstand stage, which is decorated as a living room. And the mayor and his family read the story of the Polar Express, which is awesome. So we encourage kids to dress up in their jammies, bring their sleeping bags, bring their blankets. And then after that, they'll all come over to the library where a very special guest will be waiting to see them. And they'll get a little silver bell from them to match the story in the Polar Express. And then the friends kindly give each child a little Christmas goodie bag. So it's wonderful. And then finally, we'll have our town holiday parade on Saturday, December the 14th from 10 to 12. It's free to enter. We're always looking for anyone who just wants to throw some tinsel on their car is more than welcome to come and join us. We follow a route from Upper Huachuca City down along School Drive, down Gonzales, and we go around Lower Huachuca City. There's candy thrown. It's just a really good time. We have the old-time tractors coming back. So we encourage anyone who doesn't want to participate, line up on the route that will be up on our Facebook page shortly, and come out and just have a good time. And what's nice is that it doesn't clash with any other holiday parades. So you can get all the holiday parade you want. So we're looking forward to it. It's always a good time. We enjoy seeing, the happy, smiling faces in our town.
Well, we appreciate everything you do in Huachuca City. I mean, you guys just do always have amazing, fun things. So how could people find out more on your Facebook page?
Yeah, if they go to the town of Huachuca City or the Huachuca City Library, we both have a Facebook page. We also have a website. So if you go to the website, you can see all of the fun upcoming events or anything that's happening with town or council. And then also our friends of the library have a wonderful Facebook page as well, but they share our information with them as well. And also check out our community garden. They're doing some good stuff even though it's winter time. They're just in the process of planting some more items. And of course, everything that they grow there goes back to those in need within our community as well.
Well, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you so much, and ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much, Don Foster, for being here talking about the Firefighters Christmas Toy Drive.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a year already. The year's flown by pretty fast, and I'm excited to get this kicked off for 2024.
So tell us how people can sign up. I think that's the biggest question of the day.
Yeah, for sure. So we will be holding our sign-ups. It's going to be at Station 3, which is at 675 Julio Cesar, Sierra Vista Fire and Medical Station by the DMV, Buena, and, the big compound down there. It's going to be on December 6th and 7th. Starts at 8 and goes to 12, and you have to apply in person. And to apply, you need to have some sort of ID for yourself, like a driver's license, military ID, something like that. Then we need a utility bill or a piece of mail showing their name and their address, and they have to be somewhere within Sierra Vista, Hereford, or Palominas is where we kind of deliver at. And then you have to have some kind of proof that the child or children that are under your parental or guardianship rights. So whether it's a medical power of attorney, a court order, or just a birth certificate.
And how many kids do you typically get that you need to provide stuff for?
So we get a lot. We've been doing this for 53 years, and every year it gets more and more. So I think last year we saw over 700 kids and probably 250 families. So I would expect the way the economy is going this year, it's probably going to be more than that.
So let's talk about age groups and then what kind of donations you need.
Yeah, perfect. So we handle ages 0, I guess, birth to 12 years of age for boys and girls. And basically any kind of toy, new unwrapped toy, we're collecting for that, so they can drop that off at any of the Sierra Vista Fire Medical Stations. There's 4 of them. Or if they want to come out to the radio remotes that we're going to be doing, you come down and see us. We'd be happy to see you down there. And if you don't feel like going shopping, then we'll happily take like gift cards, cash, check, whatever, and we'll use that to buy the toys. And we really try to get local too when we do it, so it keeps that money in the community.
Well, let's talk about the radio broadcasts that you do, because they're typically on Wednesday nights, but this year there's a little bit of a change.
Yeah, it's a little bit different because we've been working with Arby's for the past several years, and Arby's, they go out of their way. They collect they collect cash for us all through the month of November pretty much, and then in December. And right before we get ready to do our big last radio remote, they give us a check for all the collections they've done. And I got to tell you, this Arby's here, there's only one, right? They do more of a donation, just this one Arby's, than all the ones in Tucson combined. That should tell you something about our community, just how great people are down here. And that store is really go-getter. So we thought it'd be kind of fun to go down there and do a radio remote down there, and it's a little different location. It changes it up. It's a little tighter, but I think it's going to be a blast. So we're really looking forward to it. We've never done a radio remote down there before with them, and they're excited. We're excited. And that's going to be the first Wednesday in December.
And you have U-Haul right there, so just grab a couple U-Haul trucks and fill them up.
Yeah, we'll fill those things up. Yeah, we'll fill whatever we'll fill pretty much anything that you bring bring down there to the remote. So for sure. So we're looking forward to it.
And the first one's at Arby's. Where's the others?
The next 2 are where our traditional place is. So it's going to be the Ace Slotsky's parking lot, and you can see the progress on the Taco Bell when you come down there. It's going in, you know, a nice new Taco Bell going in there. So yeah, so we're going to be at that location for the next 2 Wednesdays, and we'll be the last one. We're going to kind of do it up a little bit different too. We're going to have the firefighter kids out there. They're going to be selling hot chocolate and cookies, and we have Christmas carols, and it's just going to be a blast. So come on down and see us in any of those places. Really, we'd love to see you.
Well, next week there's no First Watch because of the Thanksgiving holiday, but we invite you to come back for the next several First Watches and remind us and keep us up to date on the Firefighters Christmas Drive.
I would love to do that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, then we'll see you over the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Thanks for what you do in our community, and thanks for coming and talking to us today.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas. And our next guest is Melanie from the Sierra Vista Chamber of Commerce. And remind us of your new name.
Good morning. This is Melanie Edward Barton, the CEO of the Sky Islands Regional Partnership.
And the Christmas season is coming up, and you guys do so much every year. Let's talk about the parade first. Let's talk about registration.
So registration is ongoing right now. So we formerly were the Sierra Vista Area Chamber of Commerce. So we've been putting on the Christmas parade here in Sierra Vista for 65 years now.
Wow.
This is our 65th year. We have the longest running Christmas parade in Arizona. So we're really excited about that. So nothing's changed other than our theme this year. So the parade will be on December 7th. Kickoff is at 5:30. The roads will be shut down at 5. So make sure you're in place before it starts. But registration is open right now. And we have early bird registration that will close on the 23rd of this month, and then final registration closes on November 30th. So that's really important. You cannot register afterwards, and you cannot be in the parade without registering. So safety reasons, we want to make sure everybody's safe and has a great time.
What is the theme?
So our theme this year is so exciting. It is your favorite Christmas movie. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of folks out there that are, telling us that they love The Grinch or A Christmas Story, and we've gotten a lot of diehards.
I love it, yeah.
So we're excited. It's going to be a really fun parade this year. The Herald Review will be live streaming it. And then what's really exciting for everybody who's in the parade, a part of the parade, is KGUN 9 will be recording it, and then they will be playing it on Christmas morning.
Oh, that's neat.
Isn't that great? So great promotion for your business out there. If you're in the parade, they're going to have like 5 cameras out there and all different angles. And so great promotion. So please get registered before November 30th to be in the parade.
And the correct answer for favorite movie is Home Alone 2, just saying.
Home Alone 2. So, my family and I, we love to watch The Three Amigos, which has nothing to do with Christmas, but it's what we do. So it is your favorite Christmas movie.
That is awesome.
And so, again, that's December 7th. So for everybody out there, come on out, enjoy the parade this year again. Kicks off at 5:30 p.m.
So you're telling me there's going to be a plethora of floats?
A plethora. Okay. That's right.
All right. Well, let's talk about the Santa Fly-In.
So the Santa Fly-In is the next Saturday on the 14th of December. And, of course, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be flying in an air evac helicopter and landing in the Cow Ranch parking lot, give or take around 10 a.m. Santa's coming all the way from the North Pole, so sometimes he arrives a little early, sometimes a little late, so you definitely want to be there in advance before 10 a.m. Watch Santa fly in. So Santa and Mrs. Claus will then go inside, and all the kids can line up with their families and go in and see Santa and play in the helicopter, and we have the fire department out there with the fire trucks, and so it's just a great time. Just another free event that we have to support our community.
And then Light Up Sierra Vista, that is becoming very popular.
Light Up Sierra Vista is so much fun. We created that during the pandemic, and businesses and homes can register, and they just agree to decorate whatever theme they'd like for the holidays, but they can decorate their home or their business, and they promise to have their lights on from December 7th through December 25th every night. And we will have an online map, and also in the Herald Review, they will have maps in the Herald Review every Wednesday. And so you can just pick a night and pick a neighborhood, go out and, take hot chocolate and cookies and the family and friends, whatever, jump in the car and go check out the Christmas lights and vote. So registration for that is open right now, and it'll be open through November 30th. Homes are free. There's a small charge for businesses, but for our businesses out there, it is a great way to advertise your business for very little money. For, from the 7th through the 25th, you'll have thousands of people driving by and checking out your business and voting. And so your address and information will be in the Herald Review and on our website, which is skyislandsrp.com. And that's where you register for everything.
And that was my next question, is if they want to register, if they want to find out more information about the parade, the Santa Fly-In, or Light Up Sierra Vista, how can they find more information and get a hold of you?
So they can go to our website. Everything is on our website. Go to our calendar, and you'll see all of those events on our calendar, and that's where you register. So again, it's Sky Islands, with an S, rp.com.
All right. Well, we thank you for what you do in our community, and we look forward to this Christmas season with you guys. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Thank you so much, Grady.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and we're talking about Thanksgiving with Captain Heather from the Salvation Army.
Well, good morning, Sierra Vista, and good morning, Carol and Grady. Thank you for having me here. My name is Captain Heather Bays with the Salvation Army here in Sierra Vista.
And tell us what is going to happen for this coming week.
So this coming week, we love Thanksgiving. We love spending time with our friends in this community and just having a great day. So at the Salvation Army, we will be serving our community meal starting at our normal time, right at 11:30. However, we do have two shifts for this for Thanksgiving. So we have an 11:30 and then a 1 o'clock. We don't really have a lull, but we take that break, and I do a little devotion before the 1 o'clock luncheon, and then Ty, Captain Ty, do a devotion as well as at the beginning of the 11:30.
So getting a free Thanksgiving meal, it's a service that you provide regardless of where you are from. You can just come in, but for planning purposes, you want to make sure to give people some advanced notice.
Yes. So if you already know that you would love to come and join, or you'd like to come and join us on Thanksgiving, please either come in and get a ticket and get on the list, or give a call down. And all you have to do is call down and say, hey, I'd like to have spend Thanksgiving with you guys. I have 2 friends or 2 family members, or 1, or just yourself, and come on down. If you do not sign up, that's okay. You can still come. And we don't have to have a ticket to come to lunch.
But it's just, again, a nice thing. So if you can do it, please do. If you can't, well, I guess you'll see the bright smiling faces on Thursday.
Right. Well, so we only have the capacity to cook 30 turkeys. We work with Cochise College and Chef Laura Miller. And her staff, well, she's retired now, so she's still coming and stepping in and making the turkeys. They can only put 30 in, so sometimes we have to make more if we have a lot of signups. We do some deliveries too. However, they're through VICAP, so if you are homebound, I apologize. We go through the VICAP list. Yeah.
Okay, good. And so Salvation Army, wonderful things. Tell us a little bit about the Angel Tree program.
So our Angel Tree program, we are still taking applications. We'll be taking applications until the beginning of December. So if you have not gotten your family signed up, that's okay. You still have plenty of time. Either come into the Salvation Army and make a reservation, an appointment, or call down and ask to make an appointment with Michelle Hahn, our Angel Tree coordinator. And as you're around town, all over town, we have angel trees hanging up. Please come adopt a child. We have from age 0 to 17, and let's help bless our kids in this neighborhood. In this community.
And bell ringing. So the sheriff's office has been the gauntlets thrown by Canyon Vista Medical Center versus the sheriff's office.
That's right.
We're going to hold on to that trophy. So we want to make sure everybody comes to the kettle ringing on Black Friday. And then, you know, if you're like happen to be out and about any other time and you see Canyon Vista, I'm sure that they can stand a quarter or two. But we will be there to take anything that you can give us. So we're going to keep
this is
that
going to be a
trophy.
great year with the competitions. And friends, so in regards to bell ringing, if you do have a group or a church or a business that you would like to compete also against the sheriff and Canyon Vista, because if you bump up over them, well, then you beat them. So we have group sign-ups where we can put them in, and we can track anytime you have anyone from your group volunteering.
So how can they get a hold of you at the Salvation Army to find out more about all of these programs?
So we can be reached at 520-459-8411, or just come on in to 180 East Wilcox Drive and come and see us between 9 and 1 p.m.
And Carol, how do they get a hold of us at the Sheriff's Office?
So reach out. You can check out our webpage at cochise.az.gov/sheriff, our social media at Cochise County Sheriff Office, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels. Woo, that was a mouthful. And that'll take you, that's our Facebook page. It'll take you to our X account and our Instagram. And if you have any questions, give us a call, 520-432-9500.
And First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Keep up to date. Follow the Cochise County Sheriff's Office on Facebook. And tune in next Friday, 7 a.m. for First Watch right here on KWCD.